I just think it's absolutely tragic that, you know, whether it's two women, two men, man, woman, woman, man, I just don't think that no one should be invalidating. We should sort of try and show a little bit of support. Fucking tragic.
Isn't real and all this stuff. You wouldn't support this man. That's facts. That is facts. But you know what it is? She supports people that are she actually now speaks to men on this app now that has done far greater to her than I ever did, but apparently I'm worse of the worst. You know?
Because she doesn't like you, Alex. If you can get over that fact, then maybe you can move on. It's not down to you to decide what and who she talks to. If she wants to talk to somebody that fucking makes her, like, you know, feel 10 times more shit than you did, that's on her. Seems like he's more pent up about the fact that that's what she did at the time. It's like, well, if you move on, then maybe you can have a healthier life as well.
No, yeah, okay, I put a picture of her on Jimmy Savile, right?
Oh, well then what do you expect? What do you expect? Hold on, I just want to go back and play that just so I understand exactly what he's just said.
She now speaks to men on this app now that has done far greater to her than I ever did, but apparently I'm worse of the worst. You know, yeah, okay, I put a picture of her on Jimmy Savile.
And then you wonder why she hates you? Or you wonder why she'll say shit about you?
I apologised for that and said, you know what, it's probably a little bit too far. You know.
Probably a little bit too far? Oh, come on. We all know who Jimmy Savile is. We all know exactly what happened. A little bit too far.
There's a reason why I did it. Because she was mentioning my child, and I said, stop talking about my child. I don't talk about my child on this app because of weird people on this app.
I get that.
So, what right did you have to speak about my child? I said, you constantly got children in your mouth. So I did the Jimmy Savile picture. Yeah, okay, you know.
I mean, rather than spending time on Photoshop, maybe, you know, use that time wisely. That's all I'm saying.
You know, I probably went a little bit too far. I said sorry, never did it since. Sorry, a voice recording of me, a phone call that you recorded of me threatening you.
Obviously, I want to preface as well that, like, I have no idea when this actually happened, and because, as I say, I'm a lot new. I'm very new into this game. Thank you, Debbie. I'm new to the game, so there's a lot of things that have happened back and forth with these guys that I am so, like, oblivious to. So you are, like, as I'm learning, you guys probably might even know, and that's fine. I get that. Like, I totally appreciate that. So I'm kind of learning whilst you guys are watching me learn, I guess. I don't know. No. So if I do say anything wrong, thank you, Cam, you sausage. If I do say anything that actually, like, doesn't make sense because there's something else, tell me. Like, I want to sort of kind of. It's just I'm like 6,000 series behind, and obviously they're like at the most current series. You know, so I've got so much like binge watching I need to do. So I have to I'm just trying to piece together things as I go along. You know. Thank you, PB and J, you sausage. Thanks, Debbie.
You told the app that you have got a video record, a voice recording of me threatening you on the phone. And I said, I'll give you all the permission in the world.
Months it went on for. Fucking hell. Like, everyone knows this is just an app, right? You know? Over a year. Fucking hell. I mean, listen, it's like... It would, wouldn't it, Emma? I'm going to hold on to my thought.
To show it. And you went, oh no, I can't show it. I've got a police case and all this. And
2 years.
We've been on this app.
Anyone for 3? Anyone 3 years? 3 years.
Together for 3 years. You've had many a police cases against me, apparently.
I don't think they do. Thank you, Karmatoshi Sausage.
Never once have had a letter instead of one you did yourself. You mean a cease and desist, you know, that one. Never ever had a phone call. Never had the police turn up. Never had anything. So, It's a lie. Like I said, you tried to make people help me, like the fake messages you and Lynn's and Eternity did, you know, on the WhatsApp saying it was me when I was threatening you. But now, when I prove you to be a liar yet again, when I jumped in your box and said, show me the number on that WhatsApp, show the number, show my number, I'll give you permission to show my number.
So at what stage is he actually going to say that they're both as bad as each other, or is he just going to keep going on about himself? Like, why is it that he's more concerned about himself rather than the fact that actually there are two women that, you know, should be using their platform for a better purpose? It's almost like blinders, you know? Like, it didn't take me 2 seconds to figure out what I've, you know, like my little rant. Thank you, Pete. Thank you, Cam. I just think it's insane. Now he starts all over again. Alex plays victim all the time. Oh, does he? He's very monotone as well.
And you never did. And then you said, oh, it was only a joke. It was only a joke. No, you tried to set me up. It wasn't a joke. You tried to set me up. Tried to make me look like an evil, bad person. You know, even though it was come out as a joke afterwards, people still mention it saying, oh, Alex, I can't believe Alex did that. Alex did nothing. Yeah.
Okay, but what you should be saying is, yeah, and people still bring it up to this day, but do I give a fuck? No, because I know it's not true. If you know it's not true, you've got to believe yourself, right? Because if someone then turns around and goes, oh, well, he said this, and then a certain populace then believe that that's the case, if you know it's not true, then you just double down and say, well, I know it's not true. Now, whether you ever show any evidence to prove it or not, but if you generally know it's bollocks, don't give it the time or day by saying shit like, oh, yeah, well, people still bring it up. It's just like, well, no, you just fucking ignore it. Silly, man. They're all fucking silly. Like, you know, not all of them. Like, but here's the thing, as I say, no one's hands are clean, but if somebody can admit, thank you, borderline banter, your sausage. But if someone could admit that they've done something wrong, there is, you know, an apology has been made. Thank you, Seaside. Thank you. Thank you. It's a pig life. It's like being a character on this app does not give you the right to then be an absolute cunt. You know, food for thought, right? It doesn't. But if you can apologize, because sometimes if you get like caught up in the moment and, you know, you're just this string of conscious, thank you, Lulybell. You're just the string of consciousness and you're not like, words are coming out before you're thinking about it. It doesn't make it right, but it's how you handle it and move forward with it. There's always going to be somebody that's going to go, oh, like, you know, hang it in front of you like a carrot in front of a donkey, right? But it's if you bite, it's if you say the clap back, right? If you respond in such a way that then creates, like you say with tennis, you know, that you serve it back, and then of course that other person is then going to go, right, well, actually, blah, 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 and then serve it back. And then if you then, but you know, sometimes you can, like, it's that whole, like, sort of kill someone with kindness, right? Sometimes actually ignoring people that want you to buy it, legitimately just ignoring what they've said, not responding in any fashion whatsoever, sometimes that irks them more. Why? Because if we know what this game is like, we know that some people want to perpetuate drama to specifically gain more content to be able to put out there. And then it's just this never-ending game. That's my 2 cents, you know. But then, you know, don't get me wrong, sometimes there are appropriate times in which to respond. You know, sometimes people feel like a guttural instinct if it's like in relation to like their honor. You know, like, you know, like you know, someone's honor is in question or whatever. I understand that's like a guttural, you know, human instinct, right? Thank you, Sarah and Seaside. Thank you. You know, it's like some people just feel like they have to, you know, they have to say something because they can't stand someone saying something against them. I get it. But really, if they just took 2 steps back and went, hold the fuck up. this is stupid. This is absurd. I know what they're saying is absolute bollocks, and their communities might follow them blindly. I would never, like, specifically throw a certain rhetoric down your throats to make you have to believe what I've said. Like, that makes no sense to me. Like, you guys are, I guess, loyal because you come in and we have funsies and all that shit, right? But yeah, exactly, Emma. It's just like, just not clapping back really can fucking make the other person look more like a twat instead of you then, you know, speaking up and then you looking like a twat. You know? Food for thought, guys. I'm speaking gospel. No. And I'm not like no self-proclaimed, like, you know, oh yeah, I'm holier than that, you know, like I know best. I'm just saying, sometimes you don't have to perpetuate drama. You can, but you can still have fun, you know? It's not always about that. Anyway, Alex talks on Delusive and PLM from the beginning and how it all started. Yes, amen. Turns out I'm TikTok Jesus that Miss Remy's against on the Pockerz the Prophet. Oh. No, but you just, at the end of the day, right, I feel like some creators treat their audiences like they're thick as pig shit. I do. I'm not going to say names, but I do. And there are some creators that treat their audience with a little bit of class and a bit of respect on a multiple sort of different levels. As I say, I know some. I know, you know, I know who's going through my head and whatnot. It's just like, if I led you like sheep to the slaughter, that's no healthy. You're not sheep. You've got a brain. You have an opinion. If my opinion doesn't align with yours, that's fine. We can have a difference in opinion, but it doesn't inherently make me an arsehole. You might think that, but it's just like, well, think about it. It's still me. Just because I like watching old Top Gear and you like watching the new Top Gear doesn't mean that, like, you know, we can't get on. It's like people on this app. You can like somebody just because, you know, if somebody else doesn't like that person, well, exactly, George. It is literally just about a respecting of certain differences. But I guess that doesn't perpetuate drama in certain respects. It's just like, there's just been so much toxicity at the moment. I just think at this moment in time, a little bit of healing. Thank you, Mary. A little bit of healing might be, like, it's just needed, you know? No one's asking to fucking patch up, like, you know, years and years of torment against each other. I'm just saying there's just a little bit of healing that I think people could do to sort of move forward without it having to get so toxic again. But what am I to know, right? I mean, money changes people. I'm sure people that earn a decent, you know, wage on this app, you know, they would think otherwise, but then they know the game better than I do. So it's, as I say, it's business at the end of the day, I guess. It's just, the thing is where do you draw the line at business affecting the people that watch you or whatever? Like, if you do something problematic, you know? Thank you, Seaside. It's very weird the way people on this app think people with a different opinion are trolls or bullies. Because borderline banter, the word trolls and bullies can be used like such a throwaway word, you know? Oh, well, borderline banter, you're trolling me because you're talking about that, you know, you're trying to state that other people, you know, having a difference of opinion are touted as trolls and bullies. God, stop trolling me. It's as easy as bollocks like that. I know that's a very shit example, but do you see what I mean? Everyone has an opinion, you know? Not everyone deserves to fucking share their opinion. The problem is some people are on pedestals. I guess I'm on a little teeny tiny pedestal, but, you know, I'm on a pedestal enough where people There's 56 of you that are listening to me chat bollocks, right? Or you get your fake account. I've had this account for 5 years. Stop. Some creators on here want us all to hate on one person and love the same people. Yeah. And the thing is, as I say, there are like, listen, I'm not gonna mention names, but there is obviously certain creators that that we all love and we all like. I mean, love is a strong word, but I mean, like, that we all like and all that shit. But we don't have to necessarily, like, I would never expect any of my lot, you guys, to lay your arms down, and fight the good fight. I appreciate you sort of like looking after me and thinking about me in a nice way. I really do. And I do feel supported, right? But I would never expect you lot to, lay it all on the line just to sort of look after me or protect me or some bollocks like that. It's just, nah. I know I'm not worth it, so like so is no one else. It's just an app. Their personalities, It's weird. I'm learning more about the belly of the beast and stuff like that. And I mean, listen, I'm like, if I was ever to be successful on this app, I would want it to be based on obviously merits that you guys know me for, not to sell my soul to a demon of any kind, Exactly, PB&J. Don't fight no one's battles. Don't give weight to the shit they talk. Yeah, exactly. That's a great way to look at it. That's what I mean. Like, if you don't, as I say, if you don't do that clap back, because it's almost like expected. Oh, well, this person said something about me. Well, I'm going to watch the clip and I'm going to clap back. It just perpetuates a drama that will either never end or will extend itself into something more ugly than it needs to be. Not if, when you're successful. Thank you, Andrea. I appreciate that. Hi, Sweetie Pie. Sweet Pie, sorry. Yeah, not if, when I'm successful, yes. Merits.
It goes around this app saying that she...
Okay, I still don't have any fucking Scooby-Doo about, like, PLM and stuff, so please forgive me. And then the clap back to 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 the clap back. It just never ends. And it's like, who backs down first? Or let that person say what they want to say, but just say nothing. I think it weighs more the fact that if you say nothing, not that you've got something to hide, and people, of course, will run with that narrative. Why? Because they're fucking idiots. But I mean, if you don't run with that narrative, surprise, surprise, you don't feed into their ideology as such. Because obviously, they're the one that's putting out the, oh, well, this person said this. And then, but if you don't respond, no one's gonna, like, get that, Exactly, silence annoys people. And it fucking would irritate the shit. Like, it would irritate people like the clap,
She didn't know who this group was. I let him in the box and blah, 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 blah. They was trolling me. No. I'm going to go back to the very, very start, right? I'm going to go back to the very, very start.
Oh, thank you, Gee. Get pinned. Yes. We'll have all the giftings. Thank you, darling. I'm not going to watch that. I can't be bothered.
And pay no attention to
potatoes. Okay, so Evil Queen clears up the confusion with the new rules and states FYP shows are going nowhere. The video lags at the end for some reason. Oh, okay.
all these little dweebs who are saying that you can't do the FYP show. It is authentic creation because you're not cam 2 and you're having your opinion, so it's authentic creation. The chat and shit as usual. Who are you going to believe? A true person who's read all of the new rules, who gave you the new rules a few weeks ago. That you can cam 2 and you also can. It's talking about green screens on your videos and things like that. None of us use green screens, you know what I mean? Levi uses a green screen to not have his face on, you know what I mean? But we don't use green screens. Reaction videos are a massive part of the internet, you know what I mean? That'd mean that
I was going to say, do you know what? When I heard about the fact that they were gonna, you know, that potentially things were going to change or whatever. I thought, oh, for fuck's sake, I got on this train way too late, didn't I?
People who react to music can't react to music anymore because it's not their content. It is. Your reaction is your content. So me showing someone's video and then having my opinion on it is original content because the words are leaving my mouth. So it's original. I'm not sitting there just showing it, saying nothing. You know what I mean? So I'll pause it and then have my say. So it's a reaction video.
Yes, we pause it, have our reaction, and we say what we got to say. Exactly, George. You know, you're 100% right. I think, do you know what it is, right? It's just like anything. You know, people hear that something's going to happen or something's going to change. And of course, everyone runs with it, thinking that they're the sort of the prophet of knowing what's right and wrong. And of course, until you actually then look into it, it will decipher whether or not like what it is actually is what you think it is, if that makes sense. Yeah, people, I don't like change. Fuck no, I hate change. However, sometimes certain change you need to embrace. If you don't embrace it, then how can you possibly like sort of benefit from it? You know?
Video, reaction lives, not against them at all. The app's not getting rid of those or any of those things. It's ridiculous to even think that we've come to 2025. They're talking about green screens and this, that, and the other. I imagine nothing to do with any FYP shows and all. I've seen Chelsea going before. Oh yes, because she must have watched the.
Because I saw CLA talking about like, oh no, this is gonna stop and oh excuse me. It was going to stop because then no one could cam to her and bollocks like that. And I was like, bitch, please, you're not as popular as you might think you are. No one's going to cam to you. Why? They're only going to cam to you when you're actually being problematic, and they're going to fire up the live and then fucking find you. Like, they're not going to actively cam to you when you're just normally live because you're boring. I mean, Mama Roots is legitimately boring now. It's like any spark that she had has fucking left the building. Pimlico plumbers have fucking plumbed it out of her. Oh, of course, banter, yeah. CLA believes she's owned everything from people's reactions to. Oh, yeah, but sorry, Evil Queen. Yeah, but CLA believes a lot of things. I mean, the fact that, as I say, she's now resorted to talking to Mr. UK TikTok official to literally pass her time in her days rather than being proactive and being the businesswoman that she wants to be. Hello, Clout Alert FYP. Good evening. We should probably be pinning the FYP pages, by the way. Watcher, you're next, you sausage. I see you. Sorry, you know what? It's just like, I don't know why I didn't fucking think of it sooner. I'm an idiot. What was I saying? Mama Roots, idiot. Yeah, she's boring as hell. You know, it's only like the other day when she started drinking and then went a bit off the rails that then people you would sort of like kind of flock in to watch her. Why? Because they love a car crash. But if you actually had any substance in between the car crash, then yeah, very predictable. And that's the problem. Like, that's why I say, like, with, like, say, Miss Red Show. It's so archaic the way she does it, despite the fact that she is the self-proclaimed queen of the FYP, right? And I get that, but if I was the king of the FYP, I would want to be leading the example, leading in the or innovating, so that then other shows looked at me to go, oh wow, like that's what I want to be doing, and how do I do? You know. CLA hasn't reinvented herself in any respect. All she does is get a different kind of fucking hairstyle. She looks like Dougal from the Magic Roundabout, and it happens literally rinse repeat. Fight me on it, I dare you, because I'm telling you it's true. Zing!